Assalamu alaikum everyone. Wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and wonderful night. I am Nahil Forest Valley and I am delighted to be your host for today's interview. I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Today we have the privilege of having a remarkable individual with us. Uh, with us, Vitoria Anthony. Vitoria Anthony is a 21 years old student of computer and telecommunications engineering known for her responsibilities, activities, and curiosity. So, welcome, Vitoria. Hello, how are you?
How are you? I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. How are you? I'm fine. So, first of all, please introduce yourself.
I am Vitoria Anthony. I am 21 years old. I am from Cabo Verde, and I'm a final year student of computer and telecommunication engineering at the Atlantic Technical University in Cabo Verde.
That's awesome. So, my first question is that can you tell us more about your academic background in computer and telecommunications engineering? What motivated you to pursue this field of study?
Okay. Since I was a kid, I have always known I want to study this. So when I was like, at a little stage, I usually do not play with toys, like other kids. So I would just play with computer parts. For me, that was always, what made me happy. I was always around computer stuff, and then I would watch my dad, fixing computers, and I would always like to, go be with him and understand what he's doing, why he's doing it. So it was always like something about it was challenging, more about the challenge. So I liked it because also people always felt that I shouldn't be doing it because I'm a woman. So the challenge and the fact you said I can't do it means okay, now I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's another thing that really motivated me. But overall, it has always been my love for as long as I can remember. Actually,
Great. So, let's move on next question. As a student in this field, what specific projects or coursework have you found most interesting or challenging so far?
okay, I will say my startup. So I do have a startup in which I had to combine technology and oceanography. Oceanography being an area that I do not, it's not my field of expertise. So I had to learn it in order to form this company. And being a CEO, I had to have, a bit of knowledge of everything. So I think that was what was the most challenging. It was basically a new technology, virtual reality. Virtual reality is something that is still new, and then I had to bring the ocean life into virtual reality. So I had to basically have a bit of knowledge about diving, virtual reality, species, underwater species. So it was a whole lot of knowledge. I think that was the most challenging thing I've ever done until now.
Okay. How do you stay updated with the latest advancement in the field of computer and telecommunication engineering? Are there any specific resources or communities you rely on?
Okay, yes. First of all, I'm always into community. So I have like the LinkedIn, I have Facebook groups, I have like Discord, I have a lot of communities that I'm in. But mostly because, like I said, I'm a very curious person. So I'm constantly studying, I'm constantly searching about what's up new this week. I don't know, what's the latest trends, what's the latest application, what's the latest, the latest idea that was released, and I'm constantly watching, crazy random YouTube videos, and most of the time I just found something be like, oh wow. Or sometimes I'm just going through Instagram and I follow some certain type of tech people, and they just, a certain reel will be like, oh hey, check out this new application. It does this and that. I'm like, really? I had never seen this before. So yeah, that's just how I stay in the loop. But mostly because I'm constantly searching and studying. But yes, we have communities, tech communities, groups, mentors. They're always constantly sending me stuff and be like, hey, check this out. This is new. So yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So, my next question is being described responsible, active, and curious. Can you share an example of how these qualities have helped you in your academic or personal life?
Okay, so I will use the example. I think something that marked my life a lot was my participation in a competition that was made by the Huawei company, and I was like terrified about them because Huawei is a big tech company, and I was like, I'm never gonna make it. So I just got in there by curiosity and I was like, let me just check what this is on about. And didn't know what I was getting into. And by the time I knew, I had already subscribed to a competition without knowing I had subscribed to a competition, and there was no going back. So I found myself there, by curiosity, but when I was given the challenge, I was like, okay, I'm here, so now I have to deal with it. So that's when my activity come in, my proactivity. I had to search, and I'm like, okay, you can do this. You got here, so you can do this. So yeah, most of the stuff that I do, maybe awards that I get, and programs that I take part in, is mostly okay, yeah. Sometimes I get invited, but mostly I find them by curiosity. I'm constantly searching, constantly, looking for something new, looking for a new stuff to do, looking for, something that will, give me a new purpose and essence in my life. So yeah, that's how my curiosity has helped me like a lot, especially my activity too. I'm constantly working, I'm constantly trying to be better, a better version of myself. And yeah, I'm responsible because when faced with a serious challenge, I don't back down. I'm terrified. Yes, I am terrified, but then I'd never back down. So yeah, those are that's really helped me in my entire life.
Okay. Are there any particular areas within computers that you are passionate about? Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can. Yeah. Please
Okay.
ask the question again.
My question is that are there any
Uh, you're gone again.
sorry, please say it again.
I did not hear you. Like
No,
you
no, no,
cut.
no.
You were okay. Could you repeat the question again because I think the internet fell for a bit.
Now you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Now I can.
Okay. So my question is that are there any particular areas within computers that you are passionate about? I'm sorry.
Uh, your inter. I don't know. I
So
think
now can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now, but the internet keeps falling. But I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Sorry for that. So my question is that are there any particular areas within computers and telecommunications engineering that you are passionate about, would like to specialize in, and why?
Oh yes, network. I'm very passionate about network and security. So I love we are very vulnerable until I took a class. And when I took a class of network and I found out how vulnerable we are, and I'm like, oh my god. So there are things, stuff that we do day by day, and we do not know how risky it is, how easy it is for our information to be out there and someone do, I don't know, God knows what with it. So yes, I am inclined to network security, cyber security, also at artificial intelligence. I mean, it's the future, right? So yeah, those are the two areas in which I am very inclined in specializing to.
Oh, it's so good. Can you discuss any particular experience you have had related to your field of study? This could include your internship, research projects, or any other relevant experiences.
Okay, I have done so many. Let's see. Um,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Uh, I have my final project, my final thesis that I am working on. I have the project of both of my startups. Like for example, okay, let me just go with my startup, right? So I founded this startup in which so people when people are being taken to dive, to swim, they get constantly scared, right? So when you put the glasses, the swimming glasses, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't breathe," and you haven't even started yet. So it's the original panic is just there. As once you're in the water, you just start panicking. So we found a way, and when people don't have this certain connection with the ocean, they tend to pollute the ocean, because for you to protect the ocean, you kind of have to have a certain connection. And ocean pollution is it's a problem that we face a lot back in my country here. So I basically founded a company in which someone can use virtual reality to go diving. So if you are scared of the ocean and you are, let's say you have a phobia, or maybe you're old or you're sick or any other reason you can't go into the ocean, uh, we can help you by giving you the virtual reality glasses, and then using our application that works like Google Earth on the ocean, in where the person puts the glasses on and he's like, I want to go to this place, and you just swim and you go right away. So you're under the water, it's you and the ocean. You can interact with the species, with the fishes, you can do whatever you want, and you can go wherever you want under the ocean. It's a way that people can feel like, even though I am physically, impaired of going to the ocean, but I can still feel that connection virtually. Actually, this was something I created because I have an ocean phobia. Like I have a great ocean phobia, but I'm very passionate about the ocean rights. So I was looking for a way that I could combine both stuff that I love, the ocean and the technology together, and then I came up with this. And yeah, working with virtual reality and this stuff includes a bit of AI, a bit of network security, a bit of biology, a bit of diving, a bit of photography, and it's a very wide range. So constantly, that's what I'm working on. For now, we just take videos in 360 degrees under the ocean, and then we put them on a virtual reality glass, and we show it to people. So we are constantly in the phase that we use Unity 3D Unity game engine to make our application. So the application is not completely done yet, but we are on the process of creating it. So that's mostly something that I am 100% focused right now. As CEO of the company, and investors also want to see, they want to see stuff in the market as soon as possible, because in Cabo Verde it's kind of like an innovative stuff coming up. So yeah, that's mostly a part that I'm very focused on right now.
Alright, let's move on next question. What are some keys technical skills you have acquired during your studies that you believe would benefit you in professional setting?
Talking. Talking is something I really learned. If you have actually called me for this interview like 2 years back, what maybe I would have said no. So I used to be like scared of the public, of the stage frightened, and I once I have to express myself to someone about something I like, or maybe something school related, or give a pitch, or just a seminar, I will freak out. So it could be just like one person, two people, three people, and I couldn't speak. But after this, alongside my my academic career, so I learned how to talk, how to express myself, how to have the more professional posture, because I think that was something I had to learn alongside balancing work with study, also be a rising CEO. So I had to learn how to change my posture about certain things, be more professional, have that kind of, yes, I'm a student, but I'm also an active CEO. I'm also an active CTO of another company. So it's a whole lot of, I would say, like hats that I'm wearing. So I for each stuff I had to change my posture. So as a student, I have my student posture. As a CEO, I have my CEO posture. Also, my CTO, I have a CTO posture. But yes, when I am bringing my business to investors, I also have a different posture because it's pitching, right? So for pitching, I have a different posture. So yeah, those are stuff that I learned, and they really, like, really, really help me, because sometimes I'm just moving around and someone tell me, hey, I know you, do you think you could help me, I don't know, just pitch me about your idea, I saw you on TV and you're working on a really great idea, do you think you can pitch me? And I'll be like, now? And they're like, yes. So it's good you have that skill within. It really really helps. So yes, that's alongside many other skills that I learned, how to also manage stress, how to be multifunctional, do a lot of stuff at the same time and be tired and not show it. So it's okay to be vulnerable and show that yeah, you are human too, but if you can, you try to be as strong as you can, till as much as you can. That is something that I also learn alongside my academic career that I think helps me a lot. So people see me and like, oh my god, how are you always looking this great? And no, I'm not looking great. I'm actually tired. I'm just look very good and making it look great even though I don't feel so great. So those are skills that I learned and I'm really grateful to have learned them actually.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing this. So, where do you see yourself in your career 5 years from now? What are your long-term goals and aspiration in the field?
So yes, for 5 years from now, I hope I will have a doctorate degree and I'll be a very, very successful woman in the business line of business and tech.
MashaAllah.
So I want to have my company, my company or companies, and I want to rule for as much as I can. So I want to be the youngest and most well-succeeded woman, possibly in Africa or even spreading around the world, and also have a degree to show for it. So that's my goal. So I want people to hear my name and be like, gosh, I am inspired by her. So that's what I'm working towards right now.
Great, your goal is so awesome.
Thank you.
So, can you share a bit about your upbringing and background? How has your upbringing influenced your personal and academic development?
Upbringing. Okay, I assume you mean family, right? Okay. So like I said, I'm 21 years old. I grew up in Cabo Verde. Both my parents are Nigerians, and they are super supportive. They have always supported me in every line that I want to do. Like I said, my dad is as an IT technician, and my mom is her own businesswoman. And I have a brother that's actually in the line of medicine, also a sister also in the line of medicine. So I tend to follow from after my dad steps, doing the man stuff, like they usually say. So yeah, my family is pretty supportive, and they have been the pillar to all of my success. They've helped me, and through all of my, they have been there in both the bad parts and the good parts, and they are the reason I have made it this far. So especially my dad, he likes to give me, all the support, especially being someone in the field. So he's kind of aware of the problems that I will go to. So when I told him I want to be a computer engineer, he was like, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Yes, I am ready." So he basically knew that I would have to go to a lot of trouble, especially being a woman, and he has been very supportive till then. And I think I will say yes, they are all the reason I have made it this far.
Awesome. So let's move on next question. Can you discuss any personal hobbies or interests that you have outside of your academic pursuits? How do these activities contribute to your personal growth and well-being?
So yeah, I played the basketball. Actually, I did play the basketball for like 10 years, and I got to represent my country in the basketball team for a very long time. And playing basketball was cool because so when as a computer engineer, you always sitting on a computer, so your body is always relaxed, and I felt like so inactive. I am active, brainly speaking, but physically I am inactive. So playing the
Oh,
basketball always, yeah, playing the basketball always helped me, relieve my stress. And also, if I was stuck in this particular problem for a while, I will just go out and go play the basketball, and have that air hit me, and then when I'm back, maybe I will be able to look at my problem in a different way. Also, I love reading, reading books, any kind of books, because it helps me with my English. It helped me speak. I learn a new vocabulary every day because I read. I try to read like every day, so I learn new words. words that I didn't know exist. So maybe when I'm writing an essay, that can come in real handy because as we are advancing in going from my BSc to master's to doctorate, there are certain words that they be like this is too simple. You have to upgrade your language a bit. So reading helps me do that a lot. Also, when I'm reading, it creates a wide range of imagination for me because as I'm reading, it's basically like I'm creating a movie in my head. So I read the line and I am not seeing it, I'm reading it. So in my head, I am imagining it, how it's happening. And that is really good for me because it helps with my creativity when I'm coding. So when I am creating something, maybe a website or something like that, so I need a lot and lots of creativity. And that creativity, it helps. It helps with the creativity when I'm reading because when I'm reading, it's basically like training my creativity skills. So I love to watch the movie too for basically the same reason. But yeah, especially playing basketball, reading, movies, and yes, I love to go out and meet new people. I love meeting new people because those are like it's that magical tingly feeling. I love to share with people, share about myself and listen to people talk about themselves, share cultural stuff, music, food, and just talk and sit down there and take the air. All of that. Those are little moments that means a lot to me.
That's great. Your hobbies and interests is so good. So, looking ahead, what are your aspirations or dreams beyond your academic and professional pursuits? Are there any specific personal goals you would like to achieve in the future?
Personal goals. So it's funny that my personal goals actually go around my professional goals. Yeah. So like I said before, my personal goal is basically I want to be uh, inspiration to many people, but especially out of my professional range, I have always wanted to have a rehab center. Most people ask why a rehab center. So, uh, drinking and drugs is something that affects. It's a problem here in Cabo Verde, and we have a lot of problem with that, especially youth my age. So I have always wanted to have a rehab center to help people, and it could be a non-profit organization. But I just want to put youth in the correct path, and I don't want to see dreams get shattered because of drugs and because of drinking. So yes, I aside being a wonderful businesswoman and being a powerful someone in tech, I also want to be a figure to help people achieve their dreams. I have reached this far because there was someone there to help me achieve my dreams, or at least put me in a part of achieving my dreams. So I want to be the helping hand to help other people, young or old, achieve their dreams too.
Your goal is so great, awesome, inspiring. So, thank you, Vitoria, for sharing your incredible life journey with us. It's evident that your upbringing, experiences, and personal growth have all contributed to the remarkable individual you are today. We wish you continued success in your studies and future endeavors. May you continue to thrive and make significant contribution to the field of computer and telecommunications. Once again, thank you, Vitoria Anthony, for being our esteemed guest today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.